Phoenix Books presents 80 is Not Enough, One Actor's Journey Through American Entertainment, written by Dick Van Patten and Robert Baer. This unabridged performance by Dick Van Patten is copyright 2016 Phoenix Books.
Chapter 1. Knockout. John Henry was down. It was only the first round, but I knew it was over. Above the roar of the crowd, I could hear the excitement in the announcer's voice as I moved closer to the old Emerson radio against the back wall in the dressing room. I waited as the referee down the street at Madison Square Garden began the count. It was 1939. I was 10 years old, and Joe Louis was my hero. As I stood there pressed up to the radio, Joe's opponent, a tough but aging former light heavyweight champion named John Henry Lewis, was on the canvas. It was his second trip down in the first 2 minutes of the fight. The first time, Joe had knocked him clear through the ropes. 10 seconds later, the referee called the fight, and I raced out of the dressing room, bursting to tell the very next person I saw that the great brown bomber Joe Louis was still champion of the world. Frederick March stood in the wings of Broadway Center Theater. He was growing anxious, his entrance cue fast approaching. March was starring in The American Way, a popular Broadway spectacle directed by the great George S. Kaufman, telling the story of a German-American named Martin Gunther, a man torn by mixed loyalties to his old and new countries in the late 1920s. Gunther's divided loyalties were being tested by the prejudice rising against his family as tensions in America mounted along with the emergence of Hitler and the Nazis in Europe. I reached the wings. I was playing Gunther's grandson, Carl. Taking Frederick March's hand, we waited together for our cue. At that moment, I was only vaguely aware that Frederick March was very special. Standing there with him, I wouldn't have known why. I wouldn't have known that he had won the Academy Award for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in 1932, nor that just a year before he was again nominated for his acclaimed performance in the smash hit A Star is Born. None of that mattered to me. I had far more important news to relate. "Louis won," I blurted out. I was beside myself with excitement as I looked up, expecting March to be just as thrilled as I was. Instead, he glared back. Instantly, I saw something was wrong.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?